Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now, Dillian Whyte has split from his trainer of 4 years, Mark Tibbs, because Dillian Whyte is currently training for Alexander Povetkin in Portugal, whereas Mark Tibbs has a young family apparently, and he has a gym in the UK. So he's working on training other fighters, and obviously he must stay in the UK, whereas Dillian Whyte is out in Portugal training to make sure that he is safe and can have, I guess, the best training camp possible leading up to his fight with Alexander Povetkin. Now, it's not the best thing for Dillian Whyte to be changing trainers at this point, considering Alexander Povetkin fight is like 7-8 weeks away. So it's not the best thing to be doing, but ultimately I don't believe Mark Tibbs has been out there training with him anyway. So Dillian Whyte has been out there on his own training for months now, 3 or 4 months I believe, because he went over there when lockdown started, just to make sure that he could get the right training in time for Alexander Povetkin. So Povetkin is going to have a tough deal training as well, getting sparring partners and all of that. So Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin are on an even playing field. They both are going to have difficult camps, or remainder of camps, because obviously they have been training for the last 3 or 4 months for their respective fights between one another. So ultimately they are both in the same boat, but Alexander Povetkin is not changing trainer this late in the game. Dillian Whyte, I mean, I would imagine this has been something that has been talked about and was probably going to happen for a while now anyway. It's just we're getting the news only now. So ultimately, Dillian Whyte will be training with the team he has in Portugal. I don't know who that is at the moment, but Dillian Whyte has a small team, I believe, in Portugal training with him. And that is how he will be getting ready for Alexander Povetkin in August. Now, obviously, this is going to be a difficult fight for Dillian Whyte. The Battle of the Hookers, as Adam Smith named it, which is, yeah, that's a good name. Anyway, that is what this fight is going to be about, the Battle of the Left Hooks. So ultimately what Dillian Whyte must make sure he is doing is getting in the best condition possible, because Alexander Povetkin is not someone who is going to come and lay down. He is not someone who you can take lightly. This is a tough fight for Dillian Whyte because it's a style that matches up with Dillian Whyte, where one punch could change everything. Alexander Povetkin has a mean left hook, and look what he done last time out against Michael Hunter. That was a good performance when you consider how badly he started. And he proved that there is still life in the old dog yet, because what he had to do in that fight was come back from the very brink. In that first round, he was almost stopped in the first round. Came back and won majority of the latter half of the fight, which you would believe would go to the younger man, the fresher man, Michael Hunter, but it didn't. Although Michael Hunter did come on strong in rounds 11 and 12. Still, Alexander Povetkin at 39, I believe then, maybe 40, still managed to do well, considering he was supposed to be the one who was over the hill in that fight with Michael Hunter, a young challenger who has been chopping down bigger heavyweights as he has been going through the heavyweight division. So that was a good performance from Alexander Povetkin when you consider what he had to go through in that fight. So that proves that Alexander Povetkin still has a lot to give in the heavyweight division and will give his all in the fight with Dillian Whyte. This is the turning point for both fighters. If Dillian Whyte does not win, he loses that mandatory position that he has worked so hard for over the past 3 or 4 years. Alexander Povetkin, if he loses, where does he go from there? Does he want to drop down and fight lower level oppositions? I don't think so, because there is a pool of heavyweights sitting just outside of the champions waiting for their opportunity, and they will gladly take an Alexander Povetkin after coming off a loss against Dillian Whyte, just to boost their profile and get a good win under their belt against Alexander Povetkin. So Alexander Povetkin, this is the turning point for him. It's all on the line against Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte has also got it all to lose, and changing trainer this late in the game could be detrimental to Dillian Whyte's game plan and how he fights against Alexander Povetkin. But also, Dillian Whyte is a resilient fighter. He has learned a lot over these past 4 years with Mark Tibbs. So hopefully he will get a new trainer in, or maybe work out a system where he will get through this camp and be in the best condition possible for Alexander Povetkin. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.